Friends, a year ago, a diabolical mastermind known as the Maker, an alternate universe version of Reed Richards, invaded a brand new universe and systematically prevented heroes from becoming superheroes. In 1 year, he will return. The Ultimates are assembling. Here we are. Welcome, friends, to Ultimate Countdown.
You're the fucking leader.
Welcome here. I am the leader. Yes. All right. Welcome, friends, to Ultimate Countdown, where we discuss the various books of the Ultimate Marvel Universe line. This week, we were delivered a special gift in the form of a news announcement that we are getting our first mini-series, Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion. Ro, why don't you take it away and tell us what the hell this is all about?
All right. So Miles is now going to be in the Ultimate Universe for these 6 issues, and he's going to come in contact with Ultimate Universe Peter Parker, and they're going to go on a pretty crazy adventure. And this is going to be written by Cody Ziglar, who is currently writing the Miles ongoing, and it's going to be written by Denise Camp, who we know is writing the Ultimates book.
Yeah.
So I like this right off the bat because it's a one and done. It seems like there's going to be teases for what's to come, and this is obviously going to set up the Maker. But I like the fact that this is very contained. When I first saw the cover, I thought, "Oh, damn, we're already throwing in the Ultimate Wolverine, Ultimate Black Panther." Well, but I don't think they're going to come into play at all. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be a crossover between Miles, the Ultimates, and Ultimate Spider-Man as well. So I know we talked the last time about, hey, how come, these characters are interacting with each other?
Yeah.
But it looks like Miles will be the one to kind of bring them together. So I'm curious to see how the other books are going to react to it while this is happening. Because it's not a crossover between all the books. It's literally just these 5 issues. But what do you guys think?
So, first of all, also the Spot is involved in this, which is pretty cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. And second of all, I do think that these other characters that are on the cover will look, 5 issues is enough real estate for like each of these characters to show up in one of these 5 issues each, Like I think just like a small little thing, because I think it's important for Miles to see how different this universe that he's in compared to what he's used to. And so he needs to see like that Iron Man is Iron Lad. He needs to see that like the ramifications of what the world has brought and what the Maker has created, I think. And what better way for him to see that than for him to interact with Ultimate Wolverine, for him to interact with Ultimate X-Men. Sorry, I don't know what's going on in that book. I'm the host of this podcast and I'm an idiot. So
should be reading it. It's good. Should be reading it.
I will catch up. It's the only one that I'm not caught up on. But yeah, I think this sounds great. It's a little, whenever there's like one of these mini-series month to month while the other books are doing their own separate things, it does feel a little jarring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ultimate Spider-Man will be doing its own story, but at the same time, this will be influencing that. Like, I kind of wish that there was a little bit more cross-pollination. As much as sometimes
especially because it's in a time frame too. It's actual like real time month to month. So it's like, how is this gonna be like one day or one couple days in between during the month? Like that's the one thing when they announced it, I was like, well, if it's coinciding with other books releasing for 5 months, 6 if you count the free comic book day issue as a prologue, like that's a lot, especially because we're so used to it's been a month exactly in comic book time frame, and it's like that's gonna mess with the countdown.
So when does this actually come out, Ro?
This comes out in May. Yeah.
Okay, so the free comic book day issue will come out like May 2nd or
May
whatever.
3rd. May 3rd, yeah.
And then this will come out some weeks after that.
Yeah.
I think it's the 3rd Wednesday of the month. It's not the end of the month. I think it's like the 3rd Wednesday in May.
Okay.
They haven't given the official date, but the FOC like pre-order cutoffs and stuff say it's around that time frame.
And the free comic book day issue is going to be a prologue to this.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Amazing Spider-Man, but it's a prologue, and there's gonna be a part of it, not the whole book. Like there's a little part of it.
Yeah. That's usually what Marvel does. Like their free comic book day offerings are actually 2 different stories. It's Amazing Spider-Man and then whatever Ultimate stuff is going on.
Yeah.
So look, I think this sounds great. Tying up that loose end with Miles sooner rather than later is important. Are we still getting another Incursion event though? Isn't there something else that's coming from Hickman?
The other Hickman thing that's happening, I think that's more mainline Marvel because we see Nova, Nova's helmet is there for some reason.
Right.
So I think it's
doing
separate.
mainline Marvel, whatever the thing. I forgot what it's called. I just saw it pop up the other
Imperial.
day, and I was like, "Oh, Hickman's doing something." I was like, "All right, I'm gonna check it out." It's Hickman. I trust him.
Yeah. So it's separate. And my thing with this, because Ben did bring up a good point about the cross pollination and the timelines. What I'm thinking might happen is that these 5 issues are going to happen. You know, Miles will probably interact with whoever, but the books are going to continue unbothered until something later on this year finally ropes everything together. Because I can't see a scenario where so what are you going to do? Ultimate Spider-Man, and then we're just going to see a panel of him mentioning what's happening here in Ultimate Incursion or Ultimate Black Panther. We're going to see him mentioning, like, I can't see it working in real time without it getting messy. So that's why I'm saying, you know what? The books do what they do. Let Ultimate Incursion happen, and then something's going to come later on where it's going to be like, oh, it all makes sense. Boom. We remember this happened, and then the story goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because for me, if I'm reading it by itself, it's fine. But because we are reading all the other books, of course our brains are gonna do the brain thing and was like, oh, how does this do? Yeah. So
no.
Yeah.
How are these school girls with powers in Japan gonna tie into, New York?
Right.
I mean, but it's not spoiler, but spoiler. I did read the most recent Ultimate X-Men, and
there was some like crossover.
Yeah, so they showed
I did hear about this. Yeah.
Ultimate Black Cat?
Yes.
And then they did mention what Storm was doing.
The daughter,
in Wakanda.
The daughter.
Yeah.
By the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
it's there. It's subtle. It's there. See, like it doesn't need to be thrown at you. It's like one of those where it's like, there's Also, when did not off top, but when did Miles get a sister?
I have it read.
I don't know what's going on in that.
Like we talked about before we started recording.
Costume? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I don't like
this is not even his regular costume. What the fuck?
Isn't that the vibranium costume or something? Someone was talking because I was gauging people's reactions on social media about
I don't know
this announcement, and everyone's like, "Why?"
Look, I read the books that I read, and the current Miles Morales book, I'm sure it's wonderful, but it's not part of my repertoire.
Yeah. And speaking of which, too, I do want to bring that up. I do like that they're bringing in Cody Ziglar, the guy who's writing the current Miles book, to do it, because he knows Miles pretty well. That book is selling very well. There's a lot of good reception about it, and also it kind of lessens the load from Hickman and Denise as well. So it's like, okay, let's bring somebody who is already writing the character. They're doing great. Let's have them play in our sandbox.
So one of the it's funny that you say that, because like I think Jonas Scharf is illustrating this, right?
Yes, Jonas Scharf.
Okay, so he did Ultimate 1 Year End. So like, do you think that this could be also serve as a launch point for Cody to be writing an Ultimate book in the future?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay,
I wouldn't be, but
Ultimate books, right? You mean in the future? Down the road, I could. I don't.
I
don't want anything else added in right now.
Yeah, me neither. There has to be a good reason. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like I don't want another Ultimate book until the Maker emerges.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair. And I like this though, because it's like, this is another Ultimate book, to be fair, but it's like it's one and done. It's not something we have to commit to. It's like we can slot you in here.
It's a mini.
And then it adds to the greater narrative, and then we keep it pushing. So if we get more stuff like this where we don't have to be too committed, but it adds to the narrative, I'm not mad at it. But again, just keep it, space it out, because we're gonna be fair. The Ultimate Universe has been going on for what now? Most of these books are going on for like a year.
Yeah.
So I think it's fair to throw something like this in right now.
Sure. Yeah. Well, especially because Spider-Man, because Ultimate Spider-Man has been going on for a year.
Yeah.
Over a year. Yeah. That and Black Panther. Those are the two.
Black Panther. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
long runnings. Then X-Men.
And X-Men, Ultimate X-Men, the issue that's coming out this week, it's going to be 12.
Yeah.
So a lot of these books are going to be running on a year. So I'm a wait and see, man. Like, I haven't been reading anything from the current Miles run. I still have to read Ahmed stuff, but I like the notion here. I like the effort of bringing new people into the mix.
If I'm looking at this book and I'm looking at this cover, and I know that you said like you don't think that other characters are gonna. I think that Iron Lad will be tipped off, and he'll be like, "Whoa, there's another Spider character from another universe. We should recruit him." Like
if he's
please
awake.
stay in. Please, if he's awake.
Yeah.
Please stay in our universe. Don't go back to the other one. Help us out in this one, or something like that. Or he could think that this person is an invader. He could think that this person is causing a conflict or something. Now my brain is working. That's pretty good.
See,
so, yeah. Ultimate Wolverine will probably think it's some sort of threat or whatever, and then whatever her name is.
May Storm.
There we go. Yeah. She'll just
you should really read Ultimate X-Men.
I should. And then Black Panther will show up and be like, "Hey, is that suit made of vibranium, like Mark said?" And then he'll just be like, "Give that shit back."
Well, because he got a new suit in the newest run, and I think it was one of those weird.
Oh yeah, because him and Black Panther were working together.
Yeah, he got a new suit, because I remember when the suit got shown off, I was like, "What is?" I was like, "Why? Why do we don't need new suits all the time?" I don't like it. That's just me personally. I don't like the suit.
So there's a lot of fun things you could play with, because I could only imagine Miles is like, "Logan, what are you doing? Hey, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Tony, wait, you're not Tony. Wait, Peter? No, you're not Peter." It's like, wait, what?
Look, Miles has become the master of the multiverse at this point.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Basically.
And this is more, honestly, this does more for Miles too, because like Miles right now, he's the guy. I wish we had his next movie out already, but hey, this is good.
Let it cook.
No, I'm keeping my mouth shut. Keep my mouth shut.
Let it
let it cook. Just
let it cook. Let it cook. We'll let it cook. But yeah, so we'll see. I'm excited. I'm gonna pull this, and it's good. This is gonna be fun.
It's your job.
It's my job. It's our job.
It's our job.
It's gonna be fun to talk about this.
Yeah.
While the other books are going on, I think now I'm more excited for us to get to May.
Yeah, it's gonna be May.
It's gonna be May.
Nah,
you did that. You said that out loud with eye contact too.
Yep.
I'm just intrigued. So like, this is our first real like crossover type thing. Honestly, I don't want anything else the rest of the year that's crossover related until we get like our Ultimate Universe year 2.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
and then I think at that year 2 book should be the one that kind of like waters the seeds that were already planted for the next. And I wouldn't want it to be anything to do with like the 616 or all the other numerical value universes. Yeah. I want something in house. So I need something like I need, even if it's the Maker related or just something involving maybe Black Panther and Storm and all them are now on mainland soil with the Ultimates, like something like that, where it's like something that brings them all together.
Well, one of the,
I don't think Miles is going to do that.
No, I agree with that. One of the things that, like we got Ultimate Wolverine, but like one of the things that when we were first introduced to the Makers Council, we were introduced to all these different characters that like didn't really get anything to do until Ultimate 1 year in. So now we're getting like Ra and Khonshu, like that, they were already doing stuff in Wakanda. Great. Yeah. A+. I mean, execution is but like
That last issue was fucking heat, by the way. But we'll talk about that.
All right.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Cool. But like,
none of those issues.
but like the fact that they are involved in Wakanda, like I like seeing that. I want to see like where the DaCostas are going to be, you know.
Yeah.
But like we've got the Rasputins, Colossus and Magic and Omega Red. They are involved with Wolverine's story. So like I want to see the ones that we haven't really done anything with yet and see where they're going to pop up. I don't think that they're going to pop up in this mini, mind you, but like Ultimate Year 2 maybe or something.
Yeah. And I agree with Mark. I want something a little more in-house too.
Yeah.
Because I think for us it'll just make our lives easier because we're pulling the books anyways. Yeah. So if anything, it's just going to make us pay even more attention to the book. So it's just like, oh, okay.
This should be the only universal crossover.
Yeah.
It makes sense that it's Miles. It makes 100% sense.
Oh, no, it's not. Like, there's people complaining, like, oh, of course it's Miles. Like, well, it makes sense. Did you not? Like, because I finally read Ultimate Invasion finally. I finally read all those. I got the trade. I couldn't find the trade anywhere, and I like to go to bookstores first before online.
Yeah.
I always support my local comic shops before.
Yeah, I do too. But guess what? I also like.
But I couldn't find it anywhere. Yeah, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I was like, oh, Prime 2-day? Okay.
That's right.
There we go. That's the option.
Yeah.
But yeah, but people are like, and I'm like, no, it makes sense to be Miles. Yes, I am not the biggest Miles fan, even though I pulled 2 full runs of his comic book and they were good. I just not a fan of a lot of the stuff from, well, you haven't read it yet, Ahmed's run. A lot of rehashing of like almost like retelling of some of the arcs that Spider-Man went through already with Peter Parker. So I was like, we don't need retellings and reimaginings.
Clone shit.
Oh, the Clone Saga was.
I just don't care.
I almost stopped pulling. I almost stopped pulling.
I wasn't reading it.
It's like 30 issues into the run.
I wasn't reading it, but I knew what was happening, and like I knew like how he has a clone named Shift. Weird, dumb, whatever. I don't care. Yeah. But
it's just more or less everything outside of the comics for Miles is so good, though. The movies,
that's not
the games,
fault.
everything.
That's not a fault of Miles. Like
it's just
like
it's a writing.
Yeah. So, but I think that if any character is going to cross over and enter this new Ultimate Universe, it makes sense that it is Miles.
Yeah,
because if it was going to be Miles, I thought maybe just a completely mental broken Reed Richards, maybe.
I think that's inevitable. I think
given where the Fantastic Four run is currently going right now, I'm like, I don't that it wouldn't. But then again, mainline Marvel's different.
Well, hold on, because back in Ultimate Invasion, 616 Reed Richards did say, like, if given the chance, I would have killed you, Maker.
Yeah,
like that's a thread that's going to be pulled on eventually. Like somehow. I don't know how it's gonna
but it wouldn't make sense to have Reed now with the Maker still not like
right,
because it's
like the Maker is still off the board.
Yeah,
and I could see it being Miles going back to 616 and this leading to Reed going back over there. Like there's a lot of dominoes. Cool. It's just how the writing. It's just how the writing works, and I don't read a lot of the mainline Marvel stuff right now, so I don't know how cohesive the regular 616 timeline is. Because like I was like, oh, does Miles even talk to Reed? Like, because stuff is so isolated in their own lanes over there, whereas the Ultimate Universe, everything is kind of cohesive in their own universe. So I was like, I don't even know if Miles knows Reed.
I think like that. The Reed that I'm getting right now is that Miles is doing his own thing, and then when it's time for crossovers, depending on the crossovers, we might see Miles. Because I think that's one of the critiques of his book right now. Is just like he can't go every couple of issues without it being a tie-in for another event. He probably knows of Reed, and probably after this, who knows, he'll probably go back and be like, hey, Reed, this is going on. That might be a while because right now the Fantastic Four, it's One Nation Under Doom right now.
Yes.
So that's the crossover. So they got their hands tied.
I need all that Doom.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to read Fantastic Four.
It's gonna be a while. So we waited almost 2 years to see the thread for Miles. So we might have to wait another year or so before they start pulling on the thread for Fantastic Four.
Attention span. I need it next year.
We could all be dead by then.
I'm old.
We need something a little bit
by
closer.
next year.
Yeah.
So
January,
see.
maybe March next year.
Anyway, closing thoughts.
I'm excited.
Me too.
I'm cautiously optimistic because nothing in the Ultimate Universe has like swayed me to think it could be bad. It's just one of the things where I'm like, we're taking a character from, you know, Miles, bringing him into the Ultimate Universe. It's the execution of it, not the story itself, that I'm worried about, because like I know the story's gonna be good. We got good names attached to it.
Good
the
enough.
artwork's gonna be good.
Good enough. Let's sign off.
Yeah.
I mean, he's tired.
I'm so tired. I'm so sorry.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's all good.
No,
but yeah, let us know your thoughts
Yeah.
down below. Are you excited for Ultimate Incursion? Are you not? How do you think this is all going to play out in the grander Marvel universe? Or do you think it's not going to play out in the grander Marvel universe and it's just going to be an Ultimate Universe thing? We're just totally fine.
Or is it a dud? Or it could be a dud.
It could be a dud. It could be a dud.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for checking out the content. Thank you guys for the love you guys been showing the last couple videos.
You can find me at Dr. Ben MD. I'm now doing some music stuff, so you know you can follow me on there. And we just helped produce our first song with Johnny Gioeli from the Sonic band Crush 40. Mark, take it away.
Nerd Named Mark on all this stuff. I make YouTube videos. I do podcasts. I have another second channel I launched. It's a derogatory name, so I'm not gonna share it here, but it's on social media.
Yeah.
All right. It's your boy Roller for Queen. You can find me on YouTube. Thank you guys for the support for the Captain America review and obviously the stuff from Ultimate Countdown. But yeah, we will be back very soon. We won't keep you guys waiting too long. All right. But much love, much peace. It's the Ultimate Countdown, and we are out.